that time. Right on. Okay, let's just do the posts really quick because they were ready to rock. Ba-da-ba-ba-da, do that. And what's the other one? Do that. Whip. And there it is. Oh, excuse me. Don't even know why I'm yawning. Anyways, alright, let's do this. What's going on, everybody? It's Mobius. Why time of recording this Friday, February 24th. I'm streaming this a hell of a lot earlier than I normally do. So just a heads up to those of you who are either not in the Discord or don't follow me on Twitter. I try to keep my personal life shit out of content creating and all that stuff, but I just got laid off this morning, so I'm not going to be working for who knows how long, and it will very likely lead to me possibly either just streaming earlier on the normal days that I stream, which is Tuesdays and Fridays, and very likely streaming more often too, either going for longer stream sessions, so some videos will be, significantly longer than usual. I try to keep them about, 2 hours, because I feel that that's kind of stretching it. Nobody really wants to sit down and listen to me yak and watch me play the same damn game for 2 hours very much. But that will very likely change for the foreseeable future. I might just keep it just 2.5 hour top streaming sessions. But do it, more often as well on nights where I don't normally stream. So that's a possibility as well. We shall see. As far as what I'll be doing in my personal life, could be anything, but it's really not that important. Secondly, if you missed it today, there was our second console dev diary that came out today, which went over the changes coming to planetary management and numerous other things when we update to 2.2. It's stuff that I already knew, so I actually didn't read it. But I highly recommend anybody who hasn't go read it anyways. And it also mentions something about there being a surprise next week, and next week being anytime between probably about April 27th to May 1st, perhaps. Sometime during that little stretch. So interesting to see what the surprise will be. I actually joked several times that I would laugh my ass off if it's Humanoids DLC, which is another cosmetic DLC, not unlike Plantoids, where it's strictly cosmetic and adds more portraits, ship type, city background, and name lists, and that's about it. I would straight up I would find it hysterical if that was the case. Now, I was joking, but whatever. Feel free to speculate what you think it might be. I am definitely interested in hearing other people's opinions on the possibilities of what's going to be going down. And I'm also looking forward to what it actually turns out to be. So today, I'll stream for the usual, probably about 2 hours here, because by the time we're done, it's going to be about 5 o'clock, a little after 5 o'clock my time. I'll be really hungry by then. My whole eating schedule was thrown off today from being sent home so early, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we're going back to the Zukes, which is what we played last time. You'll have to forgive me, I'm moving around here. Hang on, let me shut the mic off really quick. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. I also don't have the Twitch app open on my phone, so I'm not sure if anybody's dropped in chat, but the little box has not shown me that viewers have dropped in, so hopefully I haven't missed anything. Anyways, so those of you who are watching this on YouTube at a future time and you are new to the channel, my name is Mobius Y. I consider myself kind of a variety content creator, but I usually focus on like one or two games for lengthy periods of time, anytime between like 2 to 3 years, occasionally, sometimes longer depending on what the game is. So if you'd like to see more Stellaris Console Edition content in the future, subscribe to my channel, dingle my dongle so you're notified when I go live, so you're notified when I upload a new video, excuse me. And check out the other playlists. There's the Stellaris Mechanics playlist and the Stellaris Tips and Strategies playlist, both of which can help you learn how to play the game. We've actually got a new system in our borders here that I can build a mining station around to get some sweet, sweet energy credits. I'll take it. So we built that. So last, Techno Colby, how's it going? It's actually not evening for me, but depending on where you are yourself, it very well probably is. I do believe you said you're in the UK, so that makes sense. Okay, so let's unpause and carry on. So, like I said, in the last little bit, we actually more than tripled our economy. Our economy ain't looking so good because we are being heavily taxed by our overlords, which sucks. But it is what it is. Similar to coronavirus layoffs. Okay, and we're just building up Vega Mining, Vega Minerals. These are our two new mining planets that we're focusing on minerals, and Tribunal Produce is our food world. We're just building that one up too. We're actually at the point where we can replace the frontier hospitals on most of our colonies with something different, like a, in this case, this one could be a power plant. Do we have any? Yeah, okay, that's because we have some science labs. Some of these colonies have a couple science labs just because they had tile yields on them, because I wanted to make use of those. So that's fine. We'll lose out on a little bit of biology science by getting rid of frontier hospitals, but also some unity. However, it will be very little unity. It's a small price I'm willing to pay. Here it is, 1.64. So if we do that one, and then Bovatir Science, which is right here, 1.75. So we'll be losing out on about 3 points of unity every month. Not a big deal. The Opal-Glek progenitors and the Sildan Galactic autocracy. Okay. The real question is, construction complete. Hang on. These guys are the fanatic xenophiles. Okay. Why are they protective? But this is why I wanted us to be a tributary and not a vassal. If we were a vassal under these other guys, we'd actually be at war with this fallen empire right now, which would really suck. How is it that we have... Do these guys have a sentry array? Let's see if we can find one. I think they do, because we can see the whole goddamn galaxy. Yeah, they do. It's right here. That's interesting. So the sentry array, normally when you construct a sentry array, the sensors are the little circle thingy that you can see on the outside of the screen there. My cursor's over it just now. Usually it's kind of centered around the very middle of the galaxy, but this one, the circle is actually centered around the very system where the sentry array is, because it's, I guess it's because the AI has it this time. That's actually kind of neat. I know it's a totally pointless thing to point out and go over and whatnot, but to me it's kind of neat, kind of interesting. So you'll have to forgive me. Anyway, so the frontier hospitals on Bovatir Science. Well, we're not going to replace Bovatir Science. We're going to replace the Gulag. Here on Puyur Gulag, that's one we're going to want to replace to get some more minerals. So we'll do that. Mining network, there we go. Unfortunately, this means that our new pops will grow more slowly to replace the pops that migrate off this planet, but that's fine. We need to also check out our habitats. We've got space base. How are you doing? You need another solar power processor. I can do that. Space place. Could use another solar power processor. And how about Star Home? We're done in Star Home. Okay.
Research complete.
That's good. Advanced shields. Very nice. Ooh, hey, gravitational analysis again. Very tempting to get this one. It's a permanent... it is a permanent repeatable that reduces building cost. If we get all 5 levels of gravitational analysis done in a decent time frame, that's a 25% reduction in building cost permanently. Let's see how long it will take. 31 months. That's actually pretty quick. Incoming transmission. They want to give us some minerals and have a research agreement. You know what? I think we'll agree to this. Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad. Now, we have an unemployed pop down here. Well, let's move him up there. So he moved from one habitat to another. What a doofus. Why bother with that?
Construction complete.
Alrighty, so construction complete. We got our next hydroponics farm done here on Trabano Produce. Now, can we build another... Whoops, that is the wrong system. Do we have enough to build another habitat? Or are we building one right now? Building habitat. Oh, we are building one. Okay, so I should probably... no, we'll leave this guy. Now that we've got the Master Builder's Ascension perk, this actually goes by a lot quicker, so I think we're okay. Alright, let's upgrade this mining network. Mining networks are kind of the priority right now, because we still want to increase the amount of minerals we're getting. The habitats are still important because they're giving us energy, and our energy ain't so great right now. Only plus 34. The other thing we got to do is we got to get the who's it called? Let's trade those away, and we'll just trade away 100. We also got to get the artisan troop. We got to become their patron again. There we go. Okay. Because if you recall, I canceled our patronage. Oh, they're canceling their... Okay, interesting. And by canceling our patronage, I actually made it so that our... oh man, they might just annihilate this guy's transport fleet. Hang on, I am getting a phone call from work. Give me 1 second, folks.
Construction complete. Construction complete. System survey complete. Construction complete. System survey complete. Construction complete. Research complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Hey folks, sorry about that. I had to give a few people at work my my personal phone number, and I just got a call from somebody because their day pretty much just finished. So that was actually the dispatcher that I worked pretty closely with, and he was calling about, and basically just giving his personal viewpoint on the situation, more or less. And apparently a bunch of people aren't happy at work, but you know, I digress. Unimportant. Trying to catch what's going on in this battle over here. Is this Fallen Empire like going to beat the poop out of our Overlord? Like, if these guys actually pummel our Overlord enough, we have a very good opportunity here to build up our fleet really quickly, declare a war of independence, and then beat the ever-loving snot out of our the empire that we're paying tribute to. Excuse me, playing. I can talk. So, how much fleet power do they have, anyways? 52. Okay, where are these guys going? That's not the Awakened Empire. Entering orbit of Kojag's Keep. I don't know where these guys are going. Let's talk to the Sildaean Star Autocracy. Let's have a look-see. They are at war with the Opal. They're just at war with the Fallen Empire. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. What's a good one? What's a good one? Don't need to we need to get some military-related society research projects, because there are certain modules and stuff from completing these increased naval capacity things that will give us decent techs, like decent modules that we can put on our spaceports, such as improving upgrade times on our ships and that kind of jazz. So we're going to grab those. It'll increase our tech options. Now, where did the Fallen Empires... Ooh. Tribano 6 habitat complete. Very good. The Fallen Empire's fleet is where exactly? Oh, here it is. This must be it. They might destroy this sentry array. I wonder. I mean, they could, but I don't think they're going to.
Construction complete.
Anyways, like I said, I do apologize for going quiet there really quick. It's just, like I said, the whole situation going on with me personally right now. It's in a bit of an interesting kind of fluctuation. So, and it just happened this morning. So there's some people that are kind of getting in touch with me and giving me their thoughts and whatnot. Not very many people are terribly happy about it.
Research complete.
But what can you do? Space combat done, so now we can... Oh, selected lineages? Nah, we don't want that. Let's get reactive formations. That'll be done pretty quickly. We're largely just waiting around until we get this mega engineering done, because once that is done, we should be pretty close to... Oh, man, once it's done, we'll be around the same time of getting our second last tradition, and then it'll be a few more years still before we can finalize diplomacy and actually take... one of these mega structure ascension perks. We're probably going to start with the Circle of Life. And why am I going to do the Circle of Life? It'll allow us to expand even more. We're kind of locked off because of how other empires perceive us, because they don't like our Overlord. So they've closed their borders to us as well. So we can expand within our current borders tremendously by being able to build ring worlds. Any system, like this system even, there's nothing in it. We could build a ring world in here, and suddenly, boom, there's 4 25-tile Gaia worlds in it. It will take a long time, but, you know, 25 years to fit it. Like, our first ring world could theoretically be completed in terms of construction by about 2375. Do we have a source of living metal? We need to find one if we don't. Oh, no, we do. Good. Okay, so that's also improving mega structure build speed. And we have yet another habitat here in Tribano that is ready to colonize. So we're going to go ahead and colonize this. Colonize from Tribano produce.
Research complete.
I don't know what I'm going to call this. Star Spar, sure. We got a scientist that leveled up. Okay, cool. Doctrine reactive formations is done. Here we go. Interstellar Fleet Traditions. This gives us the Fleet Academy, which is a really good spaceport module. Those guys are declaring war again. Okay, fine. Do whatever you want. Weirdos. Migration Treaty. Okay, that's between some AIs. We don't really care. We could probably just go ahead and queue up the remaining buildings on this habitat, to be totally honest. And we're actually almost at the point where we could build another habitat, which would be pretty cool. Can we breach the shroud? No, not quite yet. We still have that curse going on, too. I forgot about that. So around the same time that Patron of the Arts gets renewed, we'll be able to renew the Curator Insight if we have enough energy credits. I don't think we will, though, because the Curator Insight is 4,000 to renew it every time, which kind of sucks. What could we reform our government with, though? I think we were looking at this previously. There aren't really any other civics that are super helpful, aside from maybe cutthroat politics or distinguished admiralty. And right now, because we're using habitats which have expensive building structures on them, I'm kind of content to keep functional architecture to further reduce the cost of those buildings, because they are fairly expensive.
Construction complete.
Okay, we got that big fleet moving around again. Where did the Fallen Empire's fleet go? Did they emergency FTL? No. I don't think so. That's the transport fleet right there. Here is the actual fleet. Okay. And then we do this one. We should probably build a physics lab down here because it's got 2 physics yield. And I do want to kind of make use of that. The ones that only have 1 science yield I don't much care for, because we need to focus on what that planet is being specialized for. But the ones, any tiles that have 2 science on them, I usually like to try to build a science lab. Did I turn the mic back on? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Oh yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay. I just turned up my phone volume and put it to my ear, and I could hear myself. Okay, Doctrines Fleet Support. Here we go. Here's another one. This gives us access to the crew quarters and the engineering bay. Also good spaceport modules. And I do want those. The big one is the Fleet Academy, though. I don't know if I've gone over this before, or I should say, I don't know if people who watch my stuff have seen this before, but the Fleet Academy, those ship modifier bonuses that increase fire rate by 5% and the chance to hit and tracking by +3 each, those are permanent bonuses to any ship that is built in a spaceport with a Fleet Academy. So if you're gearing up for war, this is a fantastic spaceport module. I try to use it wherever possible. Unfortunately, securing Zulukako independence can no longer be a priority to us. That's fine. I don't need your help anyways. I didn't want it. We can actually queue up. Our economy has gotten so big. We can actually queue up yet another habitat. And I'm going to do that. So this is the last spot in Tribano where it looks like we can build a habitat. The curators are crooks. I agree. I don't like how the Patron of the Arts modifier can be renewed every 5 years or however long it is, 10 years, excuse me. and you get like an alert from them that you can renew it, and it's a reduced, like significantly reduced cost to renew it as opposed to like re-upping it. Whereas the curators, it runs out, you don't get an alert, and you have to re-up it every time, and it's at the heavier cost. I really hate that. We'll be able to breach the shroud in a little bit, and we'll lose that stupid boon where we're generating less influence pretty shortly too. Ooh, administrative efficiency. I kind of want to get that right now so that we can get an extra core sector system. It's only 50 months. So, you know, less than 5 years. About 4 years and a couple months. About the same time that we finish mega engineering. So that'll actually work out pretty decently. How much longer for our next tradition? 45 months. So yeah, things are kind of working out. For our final tradition... we're probably looking at, oh man, we're looking at 4 years here, so 48. So it'll probably be about 2355 by the time we get our last tradition and get the Circle of Life Ascension perk. So yeah, if we have the economy and the income and the, what's the word I'm looking for? The resources to construct one. We could have a ring world by 2380. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because we just don't have the minerals income. Usually we'd have a lot more by now. But, I mean, it doesn't help that we are losing over 100 minerals and 175 energy every month to being taxed by our overlords. These guys are going after their transport ships. Where is the Awakened Empire fleet? Oh, there they are. What are they doing now? Ooh, whoa. So you're not going to do much if you're unable to get your transport fleet over there and, you know, occupy their planets. They don't really have any of that going on. But hey, let's take a look-see here. Sildan Galactic Autocracy, they're still overwhelming to us. We only have our 20 cruisers. How do we have our battleships built? Oh yeah, all bajillions of plasma cannons. I forgot about that. We have no XL weapons yet, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. 11.4 unity from a hypercom swarm. Let's see. Happiness plus 20%. Okay, so that's a big boost. The hypercom swarm itself, that's 30%. And then our ruler, giving another 25%. So 55%. And then we've got Patron of the Arts for 60, 70%. And then we've got Auto-Curating Vault 80% and the Ministry of Culture 90%. So yeah, we got a lot of unity coming in. Colony established. Beautiful. Let's start with the Leisure District to get the unity being produced there. Please and thank you. Then we shall do a Paradise Dome and a Temple. I want those online first. Gotta get our unity up there because that colony probably just slowed down our acquisition of the next tradition by a little bit. Maybe not a huge amount, but by a little bit. Gravitational analysis just about to complete. Now we have a permanent 10%. Oh, wait, it didn't finish. Okay. We will have a permanent 10% reduction in the cost of buildings, which I'm pretty excited for. We also want to try and take out this enigmatic fortress.
Research complete.
Because our overlords actually did not get the tech from them. Aw, shield capacitors, yes. Let's get those. That's only 14 months. Beautiful.
Construction complete.
We will outfit everything with shield capacitors. I'm all for that. Okay, looks like we're doing okay. Just waiting for pops to grow on our new colonies and whatnot. And let's build another solar power processor there. How about space place? Okay, and we're done there. So star spar. Move this pop over to here in the Paradise Dome, because we want the food and unity and happiness bonus from that building before anything else. It's already been half an hour. I can't believe it. How about this one? What are we, indoctrination. Still doing indoctrination, eh? Can't do technological enlightenment. Native enlightenment allowed. It's not allowed because reasons. It's tempting just to invade this planet and then make it a little tiny-ass power world because of the Betharian stone.
Construction complete.
Okay, let's take a look at our policies really quick. Native enlightenment. Yeah, we can allow it. Might just turn these guys into a little vassal of ours. Wouldn't do very much aside from increase our, what's it called? Influence by a little bit. Oh, hey, we're probably not, yeah, okay, we can breach the shroud again. JB Holman, thanks for coming by, buddy. Woot woot, the chat finally connected. I'm having that problem with everything at home, especially when I'm on my phone. It takes a minute to load, like, Twitter or Discord or YouTube even, especially if I have other devices on. So I'm clearly getting throttled at home somehow. Alright, let's reach into the shroud. That's 1,000 energy. Ooh, high chance of increased unity. Increased happiness would be kind of nice for total production increase. Army morale, don't care. Let's go for increased unity. Plus 30% monthly unity. That just shot our unity up by about 440 to 520. That's fantastic. Let's take a look. 25 months for our next tradition now. So, not a huge increase in the acquisition of our next tradition, but this will help with getting our final diplomacy tradition. It will help a lot. And that's what we really need, because we want to get that last tradition as quickly as possible so that we can get our next ascension perk. Twitch has the dumbs. I won't argue that. I actually had to start the stream thing, and then I quit out of it because it didn't boot up properly, like it usually does. It's difficult to explain what I mean by that, but the UI didn't boot up properly when I started the stream, so I ended it at like 20 seconds later, and then restarted it, and everything worked fine. You're not far off, though. Twitch definitely has the dumbs. Now it knows how I feel. All the time. Betharian stone there. No planet modifiers, though. I seem to recall that none of the worlds in our borders right now, or close to our borders, are really worth colonizing. That's a 14-tile world. I know this is just me being picky, but, you know, I'm used to always playing tall and pretty much never going over my core sector limit. Because I just feel it is so much more efficient. Okay, what are we doing here, Mr. Awakened Empire? You're in a battle with something. So you kind of missed it a little bit, or, well, have you been able to stay afloat with what's going on? Because we've got the Xenophile Awakened Empire attacking our overlord right now. And I'm kind of hoping that if they beat them up enough, we can quickly build some fleet. Oh, hey, gravitational analysis again. How long for that? 62 months, we're not going to do that. We need some new weapons. Proton torpedoes. I've never built a ring world, I just take them from the AI. Are the dark matter power plants only for ring worlds? No, dark matter power plants are Fallen Empire buildings. So if you actually conquer and take over a planet for any Fallen Empire that has energy generation on it, it will be those dark matter power plants. You have to remember that Awakened Empires don't just start off with more technologies because they have several grades of every repeatable done, but they also have far superior buildings. They have those dark matter power plants and those agri-processing complexes, that kind of stuff. So we've got a new habitat online, very good. Tribano produce. Now, because we built this habitat around a stellar body that by default was generating some minerals, had we built a mining network around it, we now have a tile with +2 minerals on it, which is kind of neat. But I don't care. We're going to put the capital world right on top of it. We're going to call this one Stellar Feller. Why, I don't know. I just felt like naming it that. So as you can see, the resources, 2 minerals, are no longer on the planet, but associated to the habitat. What do we got going on here? Another unemployed pop. Ooh. Actually, no, I don't want to build this yet. I want to move this guy down to the temple. That's a science lab, but it's on Bovatir Science. That's fine. Let's see. How is the battle with the Awakened Empire going? Looks like they just occupied another planet. Yes, that's what we want to see. Gooseman, what's going on, buddy? Don't think I've ever seen a reptilian habitat. Yeah, the habitats all look like that is one really cool thing that I like about this is every little thing, depending on your species type, looks different. And this largely stems from the type of ship you select. Like this could be a reptilian-looking habitat, but I could be like a mammalian or avian species, right? But because we went random, it did reptilian this, reptilian that, blah, blah, blah. So that's fine. Okay, how much longer for that next tradition? 10 months. Beautiful. Getting there. Mega engineering 14 months away. Dun, 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 dun. How are we doing on the mining worlds? We should have new pops somewhere by now. Oh, yep, here we go. Let's move this guy up here and drop a mining network. Now, bag of minerals. New pop is getting there. Not quite, though. Tribano produce. We're good for a little while. Not too bad. Love habitats. Instant batteries. Complete. Yeah.
Construction
I feel that that's what habitats are best for. And that's why I mostly kind of ignored them. Because they're only like top notch at one thing, which is energy. They're good for science, but not for the whole game. They're actual, and I've said this several times. The actual numbers that I ran for their effectiveness in producing science, it actually drops off pretty hard in the late game. When you're doing only repeatables, the cost of the technologies, you're actually adding more time to completing repeatables, especially higher grade repeatables, than you are reducing by colonizing more habitats and making them science-focused habitats. So this means that we now have a bunch of habitats, 6 in Tribano, and they're going to be generating energy, which is good. I'm not going to build any more because we need to start stockpiling minerals for certain things like ring worlds and military ships. Definitely military ships.
Construction complete.
Boon of the Shroud. It'll be unfortunate when we lose that boon, but that's okay. It might be just enough of a boost to get us the next tradition. Ruined Dyson Sphere, where is that? Oh, that's way up there. Damn. If we were able to get that within our borders, we could repair that, and boom. Our energy problems are borderline solved for the next while. We're still being taxed. How did our energy just suddenly shoot up a whole bunch? They come too late for science. I mean, that depends. If you rush engineering and get your battleships and deep space installations before almost anything else, it can actually work out fine, and they help you in the middle portions of the game with science.
System survey complete.
Okay, we don't have a new pop
System
there.
survey
The Gulag, we did do a new thing, so there we go. And you cannot find any more systems, can you? What are you talking about? There's one right there. I'm looking at it. This guy. Go survey. I can't find any new systems. You're 2 jumps away from one, you
complete.
dingling. And look, there's all these over here. Oh, wait, those guys don't like us. Never mind. Okay, so let's get a mining network. Okay, let's have a look-see. How is Stellar Feller doing? Getting there. Just a couple more months, and then we can start constructing some buildings on it. That will take a small chunk out of our minerals, but our economy is looking so awesome now compared to when it was when we were first made a tributary, or I should say I first offered tribute to our current overlords.
Incoming transmission.
Incoming transmission. You want to give us a bunch of energy for neutronium? I am okay with that. I could use energy right now. Okay, so how are things progressing in the battle? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Smack him! Smack him! Beat him up! No! You're not supposed to bombard planets. You're supposed to go fight each other. Come on! They're right there! Beat him up!
Construction
They just
complete.
fly over there and kick the crap out of them.
Colony
Go
established.
over there and kick them in the nads! Alright, colonization complete. So let's move this guy down here. We shall do the... wow, I went right past it because I'm a dingling. And then we'll do the Paradise Dome here. We will do the temple here. And we'll leave it at that for now. How are we doing on Star Spar? I don't know. Vega mining, construction complete. We're already getting the last section of that. So we should be okay. Now let's get this solar power processor on the way. And we'll build this one too. Actually, let's just build both of these to finish them. Nah. Can save those minerals. There we go. We got a new tradition as well. So let's do federal unity, because why not? And then our next tradition will be in 63 months, so about 5 years. So it'll be about 2352, 2353 by the time we finish that last tradition. And it's 3 months when we finish mega engineering, so this will be interesting timing. I can never get things set up to handle Crisis or Fallen Empires, but I can dominate without them. I play long game. Yeah, and I think that's kind of like normal, or I should say the norm. Is the whole point behind Crisis and Fallen Empires is that like they're supposed to be a challenge, which I'm okay with because they definitely are.
Construction complete.
But if you know what to do against them, I struggle more with awakened empires because they just have so much ability to rebuild fleets,
Research complete.
like way faster than you can. If you know, if you have enough time to build up a fleet that you can efficiently, refit standards. Yeah, let's take that. Reduce the cost of upgrading ships. Definitely want that. If you know how to counter build so that you can build. You could design your ships as efficiently as possible to specifically counter a fallen empire. You have a much easier time. Let's move this guy here, and let's get another solar power processor online. And we're missing a guy here on Zukoka. You know what? That's fine. Mega engineering done. Let's get those. Let's get auto cannons. Extraction patterns would be really good. How long would that take, though? 30 months, actually. Let's keep that. Yeah, I'm okay too, just not my thing. Yeah, that's fair. Everybody has their preference, you know? I do try to encourage people to do, like, the harder stuff to constantly, like, you know, push yourself, get more efficient at the game, and get better at allocating your resources and building up your empire as quickly as possible and all that stuff. I do always try to encourage that with people, but the number one thing is do what you want, whatever you have fun with, whatever that may be. You know, go for it. If you're not having fun with the game, then there's a problem. And, you know, there's no point in playing a video game you don't have fun with. That's a big reason why I stopped playing some games over the last decade. And like games that I loved, even. Games that I absolutely loved. Most recent example being, you know, World of Tanks console. And I've probably rambled about this several times before. And I kind of hate to bring it up yet again, but, you know, I played World of Tanks console for 4 or 5 years before I started, you know, really just not having a terrible amount of fun with it and doing nothing but badmouth it and the developers and all that stuff. And it took me way longer and way too much money to realize, you know what, I'm just not having fun with this game. Why the hell am I even playing it? So I flat out stopped. Fuck it. Again, these guys are right next to each other and they're not fighting. I don't like to rush just to beat them. Yeah, and that's fair. The unfortunate thing is if you do play with crises and fallen empires and all that stuff, it essentially does put a time limit on your game. You only have so much time to get things really going, to get things online. Before, you know, when a fallen empire will awaken or a crisis shows up that threatens the galaxy, you know, and on and on and on. So yeah, it does put a time limit on the game, and I totally understand that that's not for everyone.
Construction complete.
All right. Our economy is looking really, really good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Of course, it would automatically be like 50% better if we were not a tributary right now. I don't think now is a good time to go to war. Not until this fallen empire beats the crap out of these guys a little bit more than they already have. Which isn't happening, apparently. We've got a science ship that's not doing anything. That's because you can't find anywhere else to go. Oh, I don't want you returning there. How can you get back to our home systems? You can. Okay, so let's have you go back to Vega. And, oh, maybe not. Let's see. Is there a planet that does not have a science ship in orbit? Rivalry ended. Okay. You need to end the war, not the rivalry. Let's see. That has assisted research. This does not. So Menoch Power could use a science ship. This is going to take a long-ass time for them to get back. And how about this guy? Castra. Why are you in Castra just chilling? Oh, we lost a scientist and I didn't even notice. Anybody available? I don't think so. Let's recruit a new leader. We'll go custom AI assistant. That's a pretty good pick. Assist research. There we go. Okay, how are we doing? Mustering psionic strength. About 2 years. A little over a year, actually. I don't mind the endgame stuff. Gives me a chance to restart, new empire, new build, new experience. Keeps the game from getting too stale. That's just me, of course. You know what, Lord Rage? I actually 100% agree as well. If stuff goes south and I get my ass whooped, it's like, ah, crap. Well, you know what? That's fine. This gives me the chance to do something new, because I've said this once. There was only the one game that I kept playing for way longer than I should have, and it was super boring for me. This was one of my first games on Stellaris Console Edition, and I was playing my old school go-to Empire, and I kept playing that particular save file until, like, what year was it? Like 2800 or some crap like that. And there was already an AI rebellion, so that counted as the endgame crisis. And it just made, like, after that, nothing happened. I had to force a war with an AI empire. There was only myself and 2 other AI empires, and like the galaxy was almost split into even thirds. And I had like 40 planets colonized. I had one big ass sector to handle the places where I was over my core sector system limit. I had a massive fleet of, I don't know, what was it, like 1,200 battleships or something crazy? I can't remember. I don't think it was that many. It was several hundred battleships. I know that. And then, like, it was just so much sitting around waiting for supplies to come in, waiting for new colonies to get colonized, waiting for... It was just waiting. It was just sitting around waiting for repeatable technologies to get finished. And it was so boring. So when I eventually talked with a buddy at work, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, this occurred, and I found out that the AI rebellion, you know, in our current version, essentially counts as an endgame crisis, and that I'm not going to get one." I was like, "Well, what the hell? That sucks." I came home and immediately started a new game. Leisure District, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. 42 months for the next tradition. Yeah.
Construction complete.
Okay, now what are we looking at? Let's see. That's all done. Got a building not in use? Really? That's not quite so true. Oh my goodness. Need to get some solar power processors online here in Space Place. Especially if they just come in and wipe out everything you have done to win up to that point. I mean, yeah, that can be... I can understand the, I definitely understand the dislike of that. That is kind of just like part of the game, though. The whole point of certain events is to throw a massive wrench in people's face and just be like, haha. Okay, we are going to redesign our cruisers. Let's get rid of that. Let's put on a shield capacitor, and we shall do... do we want 2 neutron torpedo launchers or just the 1? Let's just do a torpedo bow. This will work. Proton torpedoes and plasma. And then a bunch of shields everywhere. There we go. I think we're going to have to throw on some armor. Yeah, this looks better. Okay, I like this. Save current ship design. Beautiful. And now we will upgrade these guys. 358 minerals. Okay, that's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Construction complete.
Okay, mining network again. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, things are looking really good. Maybe if you want to go trophy hunting, sure, I can see you playing a no endgame crisis. Yeah, that definitely helps. No crisis, no fallen empires, like 1 or 2 AI empires just to have some diplomacy and interaction with other empires. But for the most part, you can quickly rush fleet and, you know, like vassalize them or some shit. But yeah, if you're going trophy hunting, like easy trophy hunting for certain things, like getting like beating certain Leviathans or whatever. You know, that's a good thing. There are some achievements and trophies that are only available with an endgame crisis, namely the capture an extragalactic matriarch, which requires you to capture a Prothoran queen. There's that. That's really the only one that I can think of that requires an endgame crisis to show up. Besides that,
Construction complete.
nothing really comes to mind. You can do most things without them. There's a lot of achievements that you can cheese, though, and I was going to make videos on this. I might still do it at a future time. Let's see, Tribunal Produce. Need to move you here. Build a hydroponics farm. Mega Mining. We should have a new pop at some point. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Let's just start the mining network here anyways. Mega Minerals. But I was basically going to show, like, you know, quick tips on how to get certain achievements. Like, there's ones in there where it's like, as a pacifist, have every other AI empire in the galaxy be pacifist as well, and it has to be at least, like, I don't know, 5 or something. You can literally make 6 custom empires with pacifism, and you play as one of them and force the other 5 to spawn. You know? And then as soon as the game starts, boom, you get an achievement. Peace offer. Stop atrocities and humiliate. Okay. So that's all they wanted to do? Okay. Interesting. Can we talk to the Shroud yet? No. 37 days, though. We lost the Curator Insight. I think that's fine. I think we'll just leave it alone. Because we'll want to convert our energy credits into minerals. Achievements. Yes, exactly. Thank you. We'll want to convert our energy to minerals, so I think we will not bother with re-upping Curator Insight bonus. Ooh, neutron torpedoes. Yes, let's get those. 34 months, that's fine. How much longer for our next tradition? 31 months, and then we can get Ring Worlds, the Ascension perk. Like I said, we're just stockpiling minerals for now.
Construction complete.
Ooh, what just happened? Bunch of stuff. This pop should finish growing next month. Yep, and then we should get a new one that starts growing. Okay, Tribunal Produce is finished building. Whatever that is finished building something. And Space Place has finished building or constructing buildings. Okay. I was kind of hoping that the Fallen Empire would do more damage. Yeah, these guys are still overwhelming to us in every respect. Oh, man. Let's see. We got a 13,000 fleet power fleet over there and a 25,000 fleet power fleet over there. So, yeah, we would have to build up a lot of fleet to be able to contend with them, really. And we don't have the economy for it. Not for what we have planned, anyways. We're probably going to have to do on this ring world. We're probably going to have to do one whole section. Definitely one whole section will be science. We'll probably have to do one whole section to generating power. And then the other 2 sections, minerals. I think that's going to be the play. Because otherwise we just won't have the economy to be able to build more.
Construction complete.
And like I want a science nexus as well. A science nexus would be nice once we get galactic wonders.
Complete.
That would be awesome. Okay, don't care about that. Let's see this one. Let's upgrade this one. Okay, so we got our next pop growing on this new mining network. That's fine. I can't believe it's been an hour already. Crazy. I gotta admit, I really... The more I do it, the more I really like streaming this game. Especially now that there's a few of you guys that pop in. There's some of you that pop in pretty regularly. And, you know, we can chat and interact. On the regular. It's a lot more fun that way, I gotta say. Let's change that to a shield capacitor, but that lowers their power. So we'll do a 0-point reactor and gotta do some hyper shields. I can't believe the shields didn't even upgrade. Then we can do some neutronium armor everywhere, just about. Or can we? Can we do hyper shields here? Yes, we can. Okay. Not the best battleship setup, but I'll take it. We should be able to breach the Shroud now, so let's do that. Oops, wrong thing. let's do that. Attempt to
Construction
communicate with
complete.
the presence. Nothing happened. That was going to give us some kind of a tech, but which one, I don't know. I still really like those
Research
ships. They look
complete.
badass with the neon purple highlights. Yeah, they kind of do, actually. I will admit that they... oh, gene tailoring. Cool. I will admit that the reptilian ships are some of the coolest looking ones. What do we got here? Leaders gained a level. Incoming transmission. Okay, let's re-up our time with the artisan troop. Our patronage. Beautiful. Done. Agenda. Xeno outreach. Don't care about that. I like this leader that we have in, though, with this plus 10% to monthly unity, plus the fact that he's level 5. We're getting a 25% unity bonus from him, which is excellent. Okay. So now we're just got to kill the next 2 years plus a little bit to get the next Ascension perk. Hey, you migrated. Stop doing that. Okay, solar power processor there, and we'll build a second one.
Construction complete.
Okay, now which building? Oh, you migrated from Space House to go to a place where I don't have buildings set up. Brilliant. Okay. Things are looking pretty decent. Yep, looking pretty decent. Okay, Trabano Produce, we're doing okay there. Vega Mining, doing okay. Vega Minerals. How are we on Bovatir Science? Can I replace this Frontier Hospital? Yes, I can. We're going to replace it with... we could do clone VATs. That would give us access to clone armies. A military academy would also work too. This increases our army build speed on this world. Huh. Decisions. Decisions. I was honestly leaning towards just a basic science lab and then upgrade it from there. Probably a bio lab. But let's do a military academy. We could start getting some armies at some point. Oh no, we just lost a scientist. Okay, let's get another one. Let's get expertise in materials. Move this guy in there, and then we got to figure out which science ship he was on, because it was assisting research. Was it this one? No, this one. No, here it is. Beautiful. And there we go. And now we assign this guy to... This ship is already performing that order. Right, I forgot when I paused the game immediately. I don't need to reassign it because it's doing that. How about our science ships? Did we upgrade our science ships with jump drives? No, they just have the basic hyperdrives. But they've been out and about for so bloody long. So if we have them set up like this, they'll have some shields to take some hits if something starts shooting at them. And with the shield capacitor, they have some shield regen while they're getting shot at. I'm okay with that. We'll upgrade the science ships all together at some point. You know what? It's very possible we could have got another psionic avatar from that last breaching of the shroud there. Like, that could have been one of the outcomes. That would have been kind of cool. Pretty helpful. If we got a space avatar, that would be so helpful. Okay. What else can we do right now? 20 months left for that. We've got a few months. The extraction patterns coming online will help with our minerals output. It won't be a huge boost, but 5% and 5%. But 5% is 5%. We'll see a small gain, and it's permanent, so that's a good thing.
Construction complete.
Bovatir Science, Military Academy done. So now if we look, a defense army is only 48 days instead of 60. So that's pretty cool. We could see if we did a clone vats, we could do clone army. They're twice as expensive as an assault army and have the same amount of maintenance, but they do more damage. They do more damage across the board, have more health and morale. So for the same price, they're actually better. But I prefer to just stick with the basic assault armies because I don't usually build clone vats and those kind of things on my worlds anywhere at any time. So I usually just stick to the basic assault armies, and you know they do the job. I've said this a bajillion times to the folks on the Reddit and stuff like that. When you have 150 armies, it doesn't matter if they're the basic assault armies or the Gene Warrior armies. You know. You're still going to invade their world. You're still going to boot them off of it. You're still going to successfully take that world from them. You know what? Let's go ahead and do a military academy on this world as well. Because this is supposed to be a science world, but it's producing a lot of food for us. And I want to start getting rid of some of these hydroponics farms. We can afford to do that. We are generating enough food. Let's make this one... let's make this one a clone vat. Let's go back to Bova here, science. Maybe there's a different building that we can replace with clone vats. I don't really want to do this one because it's increasing happiness. But the real question is, if I do replace it, will the happiness bonus not affect current production? Or will there be like a 5% reduction in happiness on this planet?
Construction complete.
These are the real questions.
Research complete.
Let's take a look. We'll take a look in just a second. Once we complete this. Extraction pattern's done. We saw a small uptick in our minerals production. That's good. Let's go ahead and get space torpedoes. And then, what was I looking at? Bovateer science. So let's take a look at the 100% happiness here. So, faith in science, Xeno-Zoo, so 65%, and then plus the 30% from faith in science, Xeno-Zoo, Paradise Dome, Harmony, Traditions, Psionic. We could probably do without the Xeno-Zoo, honestly. 10, 20, 30. It actually would reduce happiness for some of these pops by about 5%. So we would lose out on some production. Not much, but some. You know what? Yeah, we'll leave it on. We'll leave it on. That's fine. I forgot it increases happiness by 10%. And not just 5% like the Paradise Dome. Oh, what just happened? Somebody migrated again. Or no, a pop finished growing, actually. My bad. Alright, we should check out Stellar Feller while we're at it. Do they have a new pop? Nope, but they will soon, so let's queue up a solar power processor. 12 months for the next tradition. Okay, so we can start building a ring world in 2353. That's pretty awesome. We need to move a construction ship into a viable system. Where would be a good start? Actually, we can build some mining networks over there. Or, sorry, mining stations over there. I just realized. So let's go ahead and do that. Build these two mining stations really quick. And then leave him there. We want the other guy, this guy here in Trabano, to enter orbit around here. There we go. Looks like our borders are growing everywhere, so we're getting a few more systems with resources under our wing. And it's allowing us to build some space stations. Beautiful. I do so hope that once the truce ends, this fallen empire is still pissed off at our overlords and goes to the war with them again. That'd be amazing. Questor Chroniclers. See, these are the the materialist Fallen Empire. So if we take a look at the industrial district, autonomous fabricators, it produces 12 minerals every month. Just the building by itself. Trade district, these are energy credits, dark matter power plant, 15 energy every month. So that's their buildings themselves, and it's to all Fallen Empires. All Fallen Empires have those buildings. That's part of the reason why they're so powerful, so productive. Let's get autocannons. Autocannons are good.
Construction complete.
All right. Mining network 5. Beautiful. Okay, there's actually 2 star systems. This one too. We could build a ring world around here.
Construction complete.
There's nothing in it either. Very nice. Where did you migrate to? You're over here now? Okay.
Construction
Put you over
complete.
here. There we go. We have the clone vats online, and now we can build a clone army here. Takes 24 days. So these build significantly faster than assault armies. They're about the same price, and they're slightly better. So clone armies are quite useful if you get access to them, and do want to put a what's it called? A clone vats building on your planets. So it's not so bad. We got good options here. Gene Banks is pretty nice because this gives us the Clone Commandos Army attachment, which is the one that I almost always use. It's a flat 25% army damage bonus to whatever army you attach them to. So I use those like all the time. But we also have targeted gene expressions, which gives us another trait point. How long for this one? 34 months. Let's get the Gene Banks. That's a 9 months project. That's very quick. I still say for weaponry, the kinetics look like they belong on reptilian ships, just the size of the turrets. I know what you mean, man. They do look pretty sweet on reptilian ships. Alright, we almost got those neutron torpedoes. Hopefully our cruisers auto-upgrade. Need to redesign our corvettes and everything else, too. Impulse, ship tachyon sensors, torpedo boat. And we shall throw on torpedo and plasma, sure. Let's do afterburners on these bad boys.
Research complete.
ZPMs everywhere. Beautiful. Can we do hyper shields? Yes, we can, and a thing of armor. There we go. Neutron torpedoes is done. Good. What's next? Capacitor fields? Don't really need that. Let's just get the UV lasers, because we could use like tachyon lances. Those would be nice. Avian looks good with missiles. I haven't seen them in a while, but I do... Yeah, I think I would agree with you. Did those auto-upgrade? Nope. Neutron torpedoes. Oh, that's why. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. Just do the one thing of hyper shields. There we go. Okay, how about the cruisers? Those got upgraded. Good. Okay. And here we go. We can get our last diplomacy tradition, allowing us to get our next ascension perk, the Circle of Life. Now we can build a ring world, and we are going to do that right here, right now. Thankfully, I didn't recruit too many scientists, so we had enough influence to do this too, because it's also 300 influence. Autocannon's done. Very good. Okay, now let's get Ripper cannons. Ripper cannons. The Rippers. Let's move this guy here because he's got better bonuses. And then the science ship I believe I took him out of was this one. So we shall move this guy, who is now available, into it. There we go. Okay, so while we build the Ringworld site, we need to be saving up another 10,000 minerals in order to be able to build the frame. Thankfully, we have a bunch of energy stockpiled to help with that. We can trade with like the Rig and Commerce Exchange or one of those trader enclaves and dump a bunch of energy away and get what's it called? Minerals in
Construction
return.
complete.
Okay, we'll give this guy an autocannon. That's good. Leave it at that. And then the cruisers. We'll do a pair of autocannons as well. Alright. I like it. Who leveled up? The guy leading society research. Not bad. Okay, so our construction ship is over here. Is there anything else worth building? No. So he just built those mining networks for another +7 to minerals. There's nothing in here worth building. And I think that's about it. Let's return. Tell me, United Domains. Do these guys not like us anymore? They were guaranteeing our independence quite a little while ago. Yeah, they don't like us anymore. That's unfortunate. Their fleet power is inferior, probably because they keep going to war and getting their butt smacked around. Where are they at war? Yeah, see? These guys are at war with them. The Combine of Rongo keeps kicking their butt. Phew. Oh well, whatever. I wonder if this guy's going to repair that Dyson sphere over here. Ruined
Pursuit
Dyson sphere.
complete.
This would be so awesome to get within our borders. UV lasers? Very. Ooh, there's Ascension Theory. Good timing. 86 months for that, so it's going to take a while, but that's fine. I'm thinking we will get, because I would much rather get it sooner than later. Defender of the Galaxy. We have observed your lack of technological process with concern. At your current pace, we fear that you will never reach your true potential before you wipe yourselves out or are conquered by a more advanced species. In order to help you along, we will transfer a data cache of Opal Glek scientific knowledge. You will no doubt find its contents to be of invaluable worth to your empire. So this gives us 120 months, which is 10 years, plus 25 physics, society, and engineering output. Plus 25%, excuse me. That is a big bonus. Now, if we had achievements available, this would actually give us an achievement. We are going to have these guys aid us in our research as well. Just dumped 4,000 energy into that, and we're getting significant bonuses to our science output now, just because of that, which is pretty awesome. Go over to your science. Let's take a look-see here. So we've got precursor data cache and curator insight between the two of those themselves. We're looking at plus 40% extra science output. That's pretty awesome. Gene banks done. Very good. We got some cheaper techs. Let's just get this subdermal stimulation because that'll be a really quick one. So the 89 months just dropped down to 71 months for getting Ascension Theory, which is fantastic. I'm thinking the first section of our ring world, because we could really use another science world, should be science, because all these extra pops and colonies in our habitats has increased the cost of our techs, and we have not done anything to rectify that. Like at all. Our 2 science colonies are both fully grown. Can I do it? Oh wait, I already have one. Okay. I was like, hey, am I missing a building? Am I missing a temple or a paradise dome? Nope. I'm not. I'm just on drugs. Okay, so our habitats are coming along pretty nicely. We're definitely seeing some bonuses, some improvements, I should say, to our energy credits. So now that's going up. Our minerals are up almost 5 times what they were when we first became a tributary. So we're seeing major improvements across the board. This is good. This is very, very good. Be able to breach the Shroud in less than 2 years. Which should be within the next little bit here. So we're 80 minutes into the stream. I'm definitely going to stream for another half hour plus still. Probably cut it off at the 2-hour mark because my stomach is kind of rumbling right now. I'm really hungry. All right. This has been an interesting and fun playthrough so far, I will admit. Okay, so what... I don't like these guys bailing out from this engineering lab, so I'm going to have them move around. There we go. That's better. Okay, now this guy needs a solar power processor. There you go. Have at her. John Wildboy, what's going on, buddy? Mobius need food. Yeah, I do. I don't think you can hear it, but my stomach is actually kind of making squish noises because it's probably trying to eat itself. It's like, hey, there's nothing in here. What the hell?
Research complete.
Research complete. Ripper cannons. Beautiful. This gives us flak battery as well. We definitely want some flak battery. Okay. What's going on, John? I know you're coming by a little bit late, but that's also because I started tonight's stream way earlier than normal. But it's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I'm going to be playing for at least another half hour, so feel free to stick around. We have just been increasing our economy for the last hour here, hour and a half, and things are going really good. As you can see, our energy is way better than it used to be. We've got 6 habitats colonized, all in the Tribano system, and I am building solar power processors on all of them. Some of them are fully developed. They have no more pops to grow, and they all have buildings on them. Space Place, not so much, but we've got Space Base, Star Home, and Space House fully developed. Star Spar and Stellar Feller are the 2 newest ones. So they're underway, so we'll still see increases in our energy generation as time goes on. Let's get Tomb World Adaptation. Yeah, things are going nicely. We got the Discovery Tradition Tree completed, and we're able to snag the Circle of Life Ascension perk, so now we can build ring worlds. And I've actually started building a ring world immediately, because I'd been sitting around stockpiling minerals and influence for some time, preparing to get that Ascension perk. So we started a site for our first ring world here in this system because there's nothing in it. There's a few planets, but none of them can be terraformed, and none of them are generating resources. So it's a good system to put a ring world in. I think the first section of the ring world will be a science section because I was saying earlier, we only have our 2 science worlds. We've got Castra Science and Bovatir Science, and that's it. Like, they've both been fully developed pretty much since the last stream, and I haven't done anything to increase our science output throughout the Empire. So I think the first ring world section is going to be a science section to help us keep on top of getting these techs done in decent time. We're going to be seeing nothing but repeatables before too much longer. So I want to make sure that we're completing those within, a few years as opposed to, a decade or so. I've also been upgrading our ships, changing designs. We've got our cruisers with neutron torpedoes and some autocannons now. Our destroyers, I don't know what I'm going to do with. I'm probably just going to do the usual gunship bow and picket stern. And then throw on, well, I'll do an autocannon there for now, but I'll throw on point defense and a flak artillery on the front, excuse me. So these guys can have a shield capacitor. Let's do some ZPMs, hyper shields, and that'll do. Oh shoot, I totally forgot to put the I might not be able to do that many shields. Yeah, let's do 1 ZPM just in case, because the power requirement is going to go up as we upgrade the flak battery and the point defense. So let's leave it at that. That should be fine. Good, I know I just seen it. Yeah, that's fine. I posted out of the blue, and there was no real warning that I was going to be playing today. But then again, there was no real warning that I was going to get laid off today either. But I wasn't terribly surprised when it happened. Okay, so we will need a few thousand minerals right away because this this Ringworld site is almost done. So let's talk to these guys. We would like to trade for minerals. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough. Now we've got 20,000. And we should have enough energy and definitely enough income to renew Patron of the Arts when that runs out. Curator Insight, I'm not as concerned about renewing that. Oh man. Ring World Construction. We are making history. Beautiful. Ring World Frame coming online. So the Combine of Rongo just beat the crap out of the Chelmy United Domains again and got even more of their planets. That's unfortunate because the United Domains were guaranteeing our independence. If we were able to go to war while they were still intact, we could have had them help us in our war of liberation. Where are these guys returning to? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Go up here. Go to Trabano, please. Thank you. Okay, so now our Overlord is actually guaranteeing the independence of the Chelmy United Domains right now. Huh. Okay, where's this fleet? What are they doing? Moving to the Arise system. Okay, so they're flying back over here to knock out the Enigmatic Fortress again. So we're going to move our cruisers into positions just so that they're ready. Because if we can get like the last blow on it or something, we might be able to get the event. I know I looked on Discord and on way home, I thought, bugger. That might be a more common thing now that, well, for the foreseeable future, I'm not working. So I mentioned this earlier on in stream before you were here that it's very possible that I'll be, excuse me, either streaming more often or just streaming earlier. One of the two, maybe both. Who knows? We'll see. I don't think this guy has side jump drives, so we should be able to jump into our position sooner. Just barely. So let's just send them here. And wait for his fleet to go in first. Ooh, really? Engineers from the Divine Multics Confederation have been following the construction of our ring world from afar and are greatly impressed with our progress. They request our permission to station a team of engineers there to learn from our efforts. It would be an honor. As soon as their fleet goes in, our fleet's going in. There they go. All right, let's go. Hey, lad, how's the run going? Oh, not too bad. We'll keep better look on Discord. Didn't help been playing Stellaris. It's all good, man. This will not be easy. Yes, it will. Ring World request conclusion. We just got 250 points of engineering research for that. Nothing major really happened. That's fine. I don't think we're going to have enough to build the next section of our Ring World immediately because it finishes pretty quickly. The frame finishes pretty quickly. Largely just need to increase our economy even further. It's not as high as I'd like it to be.
Hostile station.
Okay, so hopefully all the losses happen to our Overlord. Because he was the first one in there. If we can get some hits, maybe the... also been reading Dev Diary. Yeah, I actually didn't read it because it's nothing I don't already know about how the new planet management works. Ooh, what do we got? Tomb World Adaptation, beautiful, and what do we want now? Let's get gene crops for the upgraded hydroponics farms. Ooh, Stormfire cannons. Let's grab those. Yep. So hopefully our cruisers can get in range without taking any damage and can lay down some hurt. Oh, we're about to lose one. That's not good. One's getting blasted again. We are doing some damage to the station. Come on, take it out. really don't want to lose a cruiser. That'd be an expensive replacement. There we go. Did we get... No. So we, unfortunately, did not get the event for defeating it. That sucks. Let's go back. We're going to go back and upgrade for 600 minerals. That's fine. These guys are probably going to GTFO. Ring World, new home world. I don't know about making it our new home world because Zukoka has the Citadel of Faith, the Galactic Stock Exchange, you know, like certain things, the auto-curating vault and the Research Institute. It has certain things that you can't get on, you have to get them on your capitals, so I'm kind of adamant to move them, but it's probably going to be the necessary thing to do. Strictly because,
Construction complete.
We'll be able to get a lot more resources off of a ring world section than off of our current home world. Especially if we make a mining section, like a minerals section on the ring world. If we make that our new home world, then we'd be able to get a lot, like the mineral generating buildings will give us a lot of good stuff. I didn't think the dragon armor was going to be worth it, but there's a slight difference and it shows. Yeah, the dragon armor is pretty dang good. Those top tier things, the difference between psi shields and enigmatic deflectors compared to hyper shields, and the same thing with dragon scale armor compared to neutronium armor. Like it's significant when you stack on enough of it. New updates launched? Nope, not yet. I just hope they add a higher crisis difficulty. Max difficulty run's been getting kind of stale. You can adjust. Currently, the crisis difficulty is modified with the habitable worlds slider. The higher that is, the stronger the crisis will be at the end of the game. But yes, I do agree. It would be nice to get the actual thing to increase crisis difficulty. Now the dev diary basically just said the changes coming to planet management and that, like, so he's actually doing the event now. Damn it. That's okay. It highlighted all the changes coming to planet management and the like, but it also said that there is a surprise coming next week. It didn't specify what. It just said there is a surprise coming. Very, very mysterious they are being. Can't say I blame them. It'll be interesting to see what this quote-unquote surprise is. I joked that it's going to be the Humanoids DLC. I said I would laugh my ass off if that's what it was, because Humanoids DLC is essentially just another cosmetic DLC like the Plantoids. So as nice as it would be to have more customization, it doesn't really add a heck of a lot else to the game. And I just think it would be comical if that's what it was. Do you still play World of Tanks? No, I do not. I have not played since about December of 2018. I didn't play it all last year. Honestly, I think it's safe to say that I haven't played in a year and a half because I hardly played in October, November, December of 2018 altogether. I showed up to like our clan practices, our team practices and stuff like that. But you know, that was about it, and nobody really wanted me there anyways, so I was just like, whatever. I just stopped showing up and I stopped playing the game altogether, and frankly I don't miss it. That'd be cool. Make the Empire. Make what Empire?
Construction.
Why don't I have a research station around that? That's another 3 physics research. Not a huge amount, but whatever. I'll take it. Alright, let's get this hydroponics farm upgraded. Okay, we're doing all right. Our food is becoming a bit more of a problem though as we get more pops growing. So hopefully this hydroponics farm upgrade kind of rectifies that. I'm going to enact an edict on Trabano produce. We can use an architectural sense governor. Here's one. Architectural interest. There you go. And we will enact infrastructure projects. This will reduce the cost and increase the build speed of these new hydroponics farms that we desperately need to upgrade. Sorry, the Galactic Empire, angular ships from Humanoid DLC. Yes, that's correct. I like the look of the humanoid ships, I'll be totally honest. And a lot of the humanoid portraits will be really nice because it'll just add more flavor, more customization to creating empires as well as AI empires that we'll be encountering. Let's get targeted gene expressions. Do want. Okay, now Tribano produce. We can go ahead and upgrade every hydroponics farm on this planet. Let's just go from left to right, starting in the top. 30 minerals for each upgrade, and it's done in 65 days. So that's an improvement. So even though we have pops growing on multiple colonies right now, and our food is actually kind of gone into the pooper, we'll be alright, because these hydroponics farms upgrades should level off our food generation for the next little while here. Can we get a Ruthless Hive Mind playthrough? Yeah, eventually. I haven't done a hive mind, now that I think about it. I should have done a hive mind with this playthrough. To be totally honest. I've played hive mind several times in like an offline, non-stream Iron Man games. I did a Devouring Swarm with naked Corvettes only not too long ago. That was actually a lot of fun. You're abandoning the enigmatic fortress? Why? I guess they did their business. I'm not going to say what I thought the surprise was. Why not?
Construction complete.
Speculate! Speculate! You're on the interwebs, dude. People want to hear your opinion. So that they can say you're wrong. We traded monthly neutronium ore. They traded nothing. So they might give us something again right now for some monthly neutronium ore for a while. We could use that to our advantage and get some energy or minerals. Energy would be okay too.
Complete.
Because we could convert that at a 2-to-1 ratio for some minerals with the Trader Enclave. Wouldn't be the best thing, but that's okay. I think at this point in the game, the AI are a lot more unlikely to part with their minerals.
Incoming transmission.
These hydroponics farms can be upgraded too. I forgot about that. Look at that. Please accept this gift. They're giving us 6,000 energy, which I'm going to turn into 3,000 minerals. Okay. Thank you. Much appreciated. Don't know what the hell the point of that was, or what that was for, but that's okay. We like to trade for minerals, so let's go ahead and go boop, boop, boop. There we go. I would also be interested in watching a hive mind playthrough. Same, want something to play along with. It's fine. Definitely not ruling it out, if that's what you're worried about. Like I said, I honestly should have done a hive mind playthrough in this instance here. Patron of the Arts runs out in about 3 years. So we'll use the 1,000 energy to renew that, but we will not renew the, what's it called? The Curator Insight bonus. I think this thing is back online again.
Construction complete.
Alright. Well, we got our economy pretty much flourishing again. It's not as high as I'd like it to be at this point in the game. But, you know, it's a hell of a lot better than it was. Where's the Garanshu Citizen League? Man, the Combine of Rongo is just beating the shit out of everybody. I really don't like that. Probably because they're fanatic militarists. That EA was taking Paradox over, but seriously, it'd be nice to have a quick release date. I joked about EA taking Paradox over as well. I was actually talking on the Discord to somebody, and I was like, "Hey, so," and I said that I was like, "Hey, so is the surprise that EA has bought Paradox?" And they're like, "What? You don't want to?" And they're like, "Why not? You don't want a sense of pride and accomplishment?" And I said, "No, of course not. I want my $9 Stellar loot box to give me 5 battleships by the year 2204 in the game." You take that back right now, John. Paradox has been taken over by has been indoctrinated by the Reapers with the EA capitalized. I love that joke. Okay, how are we doing? 22 months left for Ascension Theory. And 18 months before we adopt Domination. Right on, right on, right on. We got another 5,000 minerals on standby once we trade them away, so that's okay. Just got to sit around and wait. 3 more years. So we're looking at 36 months. We need 10,000 more minerals. Well, sorry, we need 5,000 more minerals. Does anybody want to do some quick math for me? 5,000 divided by 244. Or simply mods. Mods would be really cool. I don't know if that'll be a thing, though. That'd be kind of tough, because Paradox would have to do their own thing where they have a mod hosting server, their own mod hosting server for Xbox, would they not? You know, the same thing that Bethesda does for their allowing, like they have Bethesda.net to allow mods on both Skyrim and Fallout 4 on consoles. 5,000 divided by 244, JB. Let's see what number that gives me. Take minerals. We got another guy building up here. I agree, Colby. Mods would be awesome. Let's see here. Let's get flak artillery. 19.68039. Okay, so in theory we should have enough. So that's 19 months, about 20 months. So in theory we should have enough minerals once this Ringworld frame is done to spend a bunch of energy to convert to more minerals and then build our first Ringworld section. That's actually pretty awesome. I love it when a plan comes together. Hopefully we can start the first Ringworld section before we call it a night. I'm only going to be streaming for about another 15 minutes. Excuse me. If it doesn't, that's okay, too, because I do need to hop over and eat the lunch I took with me to work that I didn't get to eat. Because I am really hungry. And of course, at the same time, we will probably see a small jump in our minerals production before that happens anyways. Oh, we got a vote. Hey! Agenda, selective nostalgia, plus 10% Unity output. That's pretty good. This research speed plus 10% would be pretty good too. I don't care about the rest of these. This guy has a bunch of garbage. Food plus 10%. Don't care. He's about to die too. He's 113 years old. This guy plus 10% energy credits. That's okay. But it's this guy with the plus 10% energy credits and plus 10% Unity output that I really like the looks of. This guy with the plus 10% research speed and plus 10% minerals, he looks like he'd be a good candidate too. What did we get? Scientific leap. Okay, so we got plus 10% minerals, and we have a plus 10% bonus to research speed. Beautiful. I like it. That's good. That's good. Our economy actually just shot up by about 22 points of minerals per month. Why are you here and not commanding in there? I had a spark of genius psychic just sitting in a science ship. What a waste. Hey, smart. So, fun fact, in my time off, I'm actually looking forward to a parcel arriving from the US. I bought a game online called The Silver River from Robert Burt Games, and it wasn't cheap. And you can actually play it, like, it's supposed to be a 2 to 4 player game, but I got the deluxe edition, which allows you to play with a 5th player. You get all the components for a 5th player. And there actually is a way to play it by yourself too. So I'm hoping that shows up in the next week or two, and I can actually play that on my own in my downtime. You know, something different than video games. I can't just be sitting in front of the Xbox all the time. I already do that in what free time I have. Now I have nothing but free time, so I need to find some other ways to spend it. Okay, so I think, yeah, we're going to be okay. We'll be able to... Yeah, we've got 12,000 energy credits now. That's done in 700 days. Patron of the Arts, we finished before that, but we'll have 13,000. So yeah, we'll have more than enough energy to convert to minerals, which will give us more than enough minerals to build the first section of the ring world before the frame is done. Yes, same Giants with Farming Simulator. They have to test all mods in-house, and anything game-changing they have to get okay off console manufacturers. Yeah, exactly. I'm running Borderlands in my spare non-Stellaris time. I liked Borderlands 1. Got bored of it. Borderlands 2, I got super bored of it super quick, because it literally just felt like pretty much the same game, just new characters. Never completed it. Call me crazy. But, you know, when I play a game like Borderlands through and I get through it once and I, you know, experience the story and all that stuff, I might want to play through it, you know, additional times just to play with other characters and try other things out. But once I get through a game like that and I've played every character from start to finish, I get super bored of it super quickly. I don't like that. I don't like that kind of endgame stuff. Demand vassalization. Really? Okay. I don't like that endgame stuff where you repeatedly go and fight the same bosses and go on the same little missions and shit repeatedly and hopefully get this endgame stuff so that you can continuously fight the same bosses and do the same missions and stuff at the endgame and just like make them slightly easier or some crap like that. Like, that doesn't appeal to me. Call me crazy, call me weird, whatever. But it's just a recurring loop of where it's like, if I keep doing this and I get some cool stuff, it'll make this easier so that I can go back and do this and get some cool stuff, except a little bit faster this time. Like, what? That's really not something that appeals to me at all. So the enigmatic fortress is up for grabs again. I am thoroughly convinced that the computer does not know what to do against the enigmatic fortress. They beat it up and then don't actually do the events. That's fine with me. This gives us time to build up our own economy, and hopefully we can get the enigmatic fortress for ourselves. Okay, so a science section first on our ring world, but we're definitely going to want the second one to be a minerals section. If we crank up the production of our minerals, we'll be able to get additional megastructures more quickly. We won't have to worry so much about stockpiling minerals for future ring world sections. Look at me going off as though as soon as we build a ring world section, it's producing at 100% for us. You're on drugs, Moby. Mobius, you must hate EA. You just spend $50 and skip some of the grind. I hate EA for a lot of reasons. Not just their business practices. I hate how under EA, BioWare has become a former shell of itself. I also hate how EA basically gobbled up Westwood Studios. And then there was what was the other one? I just had it on the tip of my tongue, and then I forget the name. I hate how EA has essentially like bought up companies, and then those as like the moment those companies start floundering, then they disband those companies and basically put 300-400 game designers out of a job. And all because it's like, oh, well, they didn't make enough money this time around because we forced them to put this game out faster than it was ready. So it didn't do so well because nobody really liked it. Well, of course it didn't do so well and nobody liked it because you had them push it out when it was only like 60% done as opposed to 100%. You fucking dildos. But, whatever. Everybody who follows along with game companies and game news knows the atrocities that EA constantly commits. I don't really need to reiterate them, but I dislike EA for a huge number of reasons. Companies that were doing very well for starters, and then dives, and EA just shuts them down. Yeah, exactly. Like the slightest dive, and then they're just like, no, not good enough. GTFO. And you're like, what? I love those guys. They make these games, and this game, and that game, and... it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to get Defender of the Galaxy, because we want to be having this big damage bonus for when the crisis shows up, whatever it may be. We want to be able to kind of have an easier time against it, because we do not have the economy or the fleet to go after it immediately. And this will increase the opinion of everybody against us. This also gives us lots and lots of time to build our Ringworld section before we get Galactic Wonders. So we can actually build different megastructures, because we need those Ringworld sections to be colonized and developed before we'll start seeing the major gains that it can give us with a drastically improved economy.
Construction complete.
Allowing us to... what's the word I'm looking for? To just, stockpile more resources for a little bit, not nearly as much time, and like almost immediately build a megastructure as soon as we finish the current one, I know I've been looking at the history of Command & Conquer and Star Wars games. Yeah, exactly. That's really all you need to look at, the history of Command & Conquer and Star Wars games. And especially for people who like those games, all you got to do is look at that, and it's enough to make you very upset with EA. Which sucks because my wife and I actually enjoyed Andromeda. I did too. I also liked Mass Effect Andromeda, I will admit. I only played the single player once, but I did play the multiplayer quite a bit. In fact, I was still playing it last year. A little bit after Stellaris Console came out, but because I went so balls deep in Stellaris Console Edition, I did stop playing it fairly quickly after Stellaris came out on consoles. But yeah, I was still playing it Andromeda's multiplayer 2 years after it released. There's not very many people who can attest to that. And the same thing goes with Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. Like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer had additional DLC, like new factions and new characters and stuff coming out for a full year after Mass Effect 3 was released. And then we also got that Citadel DLC for single player on Mass Effect 3. Andromeda didn't have that. It had a set timetable and template for how many characters and whatnot we were going to get. And it didn't get the post-game support like Mass Effect 3 did for a full year. Like, they still kept up with some things and did some balance changes here and there. And a couple patches and whatnot, but it did not get the post-launch support, not anywhere close to what Mass Effect 3 got, which is unfortunate, because I did like it. Thank you. I'm still playing it. Which one?
Incoming transmission.
I actually made content for Andromeda multiplayer. It was fun. They want to give us 1,500 minerals and monthly Teldar crystals for neutronium ore and terraforming gases. Sure, not the best deal, but we'll do it. 15 years before they can renew that. Andromeda and 3. Yeah, I hope that they further refine and improve on the Mass Effect multiplayer. I hope that it's not as big of a crapshoot as it was when Andromeda launched. Like, I still had fun with Andromeda's multiplayer when it launched, but it just had too many issues. Unfortunately. So a lot of my friends that I played a lot of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer with did not like it. Like, they didn't stick around to play it. Which really sucks. Monthly neutronium ore, they traded nothing. What did I just hit the B button? We need to... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I really hate that. When the artisan troop is talking to you, if you're in the middle of something, you can accidentally hit the B button and you cancel re-upping your patronage. Like, I just had to pay an extra 3,000 energy credits just because that option on those screens is not disabled. Like, every other thing that comes up when an event comes up and somebody contacts you, you can't just B button to back out and essentially cancel. But with the artisan troop, you can, and I really, really hate that. I totally forgot we should breach the shroud again. There we go. Ooh, boon increased happiness, boon ship repair. Let's channel the energies into an avatar. Okay, is it a... Oh, hey, dope. We just got a space avatar, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. I like it. These guys want to do another research agreement for 15 years and give us a bunch of energy. That's fine. I'll take it. Interlinked support systems done. Let's get X-ray lasers. This will get us closer to tachyon lances. Ringworld site almost done, and it's almost to the end of the stream. We'll start the first section of the Ringworld. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Okay, let's get kinetic artillery. That's going to take a long time, but that's okay. We got a psionic avatar out of that. Our current zappers are at 10k fleet power, so that's not too bad. Just with 20 cruisers. Nothing to really scoff at. Let's see how much the psionic avatar adds when they link up. How far away is it? Oh, it'll take a bit. Not too long, but a bit. Side jump drive. There we go. Ringworld frame completed. Much work lies before us. So let's do, just for the fun of it, we'll do section D first. Boop. There we go. And it's about 5 years before that's finished. So we essentially have 5 in-game years to save up enough energy and minerals again so that we can do the next section of the Ringworld. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So once that is built, and we're going to colonize it right away, and it will be a science section, and then we'll do the next 2 sections will be minerals, and that should get us by for a while. And then the final section will be energy, because we're going to need it. I think we won't have galactic wonders, so we won't have a Dyson sphere that we can just pull out of our butt and really help with our energy. Not to mention, we won't even have the economy to whip up a Dyson sphere out of our buttholes. So, definitely need minerals off this Ringworld. Lots and lots of minerals. We'll turn one of the sections into the capital of our empire, and we'll be able to use grade 5 mining networks, which are extremely productive. So yeah, looking forward to that. Let's take a look at our psionic avatar. Have you linked up with the fleet yet? No, but you're getting there. As soon as this links up, we'll be able to look at how much fleet power it's added. And that'll be it. We've hit the 2-hour mark in the stream just now. And I'll be calling it a day. Let's take a look at our habitats. We need another solar power processor. And another one here too. Very good. And how about our mining colonies? Let's put you down here. And do a mining network. And Vega mining. We got another pop growing down here, so let's do a mining network. How about Trabano produce? We don't need to worry about that just yet. Okay, so our fleet power just jumped from 10.1k to 29.3k thanks to the psionic avatar. So it's essentially adding 19,200 something fleet power. Oh, it's right there, military power, 19,248. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That psionic avatar is really going to come in handy. We will need it in the coming battles. Alright, I'm going to save the game. And that's it for now, folks. I really appreciate everybody who came by to watch me playing live. JB Holman, John Wildboy, Techno Colby, Kaiji, Marco. Who else dropped by? Lord Rage, Gooseman. All you guys who came by and were active with me in chat. Thank you, Lord Rage. I hope to see you again soon. I might stream again this weekend. If not, you know, you'll see me Tuesday. But keep an eye out in the Discord and on my Twitter feed as to what's going on. As like I said, I'll be posting there. I will post on either of those saying, "Hey, I'm gonna stream today at this time" or some crap. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you, JB. Hope to see you again soon. Those of you who watch this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. As I said earlier, if you would like to see more Stellaris Console Edition content in the future, subscribe to the channel, dingle my dongle so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. I upload at least once per week as per my stream schedule, sometimes more. And as I said, go to the Paradox official forums under the Stellaris Console Edition section. Check out the dev diaries that they've released. The second one came out today at the day that this was recorded on Friday, April 24th. And it goes over changes to the economy and planet management and the like with the 2.2 update. I highly recommend going over those because information you'll definitely need when we get that update. And like I said, there's a surprise coming next week. Thank you, Colby. I'll hope to see you again soon. Like I said there's going to be a surprise next week. Feel free to speculate on what you think it might be. I think it'd be funny if it's humanoids. I'm just going to say that, hey, we're going to get humanoids next week. And we'll leave it at that. If it's something else, though, I will happily put my foot in my mouth. And that's fine. So, thanks to everybody who watched. And I hope to see you all again real soon. This is Mobius Y signing off. Have a great weekend.